Today, we will talk about hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is a term to describe rapid, excessive, and out-of-control general price increases in an economy. While inflation measures the pace of rising prices for goods and services, hyperinflation is rapidly rising inflation, typically measuring more than 50% per month. Inflation is measured by the Bureau of Labor Statistics using the Consumer Price Index to measure the dollar's purchasing power. The CPI is an index of the prices for about 94,000 commodities and services, around 8,000 rental housing unit quotes, and prices for airline fares, apparel, household goods, prescription drugs, used automobiles, and postage. Generally speaking, the Federal Reserve strives to maintain what it calls a healthy inflation rate of around 2% over the long term. Hyperinflation is an extreme case of inflation, not just a high case. Although several circumstances can trigger hyperinflation, here are the most common causes of hyperinflation. Central banks generally control the circulating supply of money. In circumstances that historically warrant an increase in the money supply, like a recession or depression, central banks can increase the amount of money circulating. The intent behind this action is to encourage banks to lend and consumers and businesses to borrow and spend. However, if the increase in money supply is not supported by economic growth, as measured by gross domestic product, hyperinflation can result. If GDP, the measure of an economy's production, isn't growing, businesses raise prices to boost profits and stay afloat. Hyperinflation can cause several adverse consequences. People may begin hoarding goods, such as food. In turn, there can be food supply shortages. When prices rise excessively, money decreases in value because inflation causes it to have less purchasing power. Less purchasing power means consumers spend more to buy less. As a result, they have less money to pay bills and fewer dollars to use on essential items. It's critical to remember that hyperinflation doesn't happen very often, especially in developed countries where a central bank focuses on reining in and controlling inflationary periods. However, there are some actions you can take to reduce the effects normal or high inflation have on your portfolio. A balanced and diversified portfolio can help you reduce losses through inflationary periods. Commodities and real estate can reduce the adverse effects of inflation because they tend to increase in value during these times. Treasury inflation-protected securities can hedge against rising inflation because the principal you have invested in adjusts with inflation. Mutual funds and exchange-traded funds that practice inflation swaps can also be used to combat the effects of inflation on your portfolio. Here are 3 key takeaways. 1. Hyperinflation refers to rapid and unrestrained price increases in an economy, typically at rates exceeding 50% each month over time. 2. Hyperinflation can occur in circumstances affecting the underlying production economy, in conjunction with a central bank printing excessive money. 3. Hyperinflation can cause a surge in prices for essential goods, such as food and fuel, as demand outpaces supply. While hyperinflation scenarios are typically rare, they can spiral out of control once they begin. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.